Welcome back to Learning Left-Handed, coming from very rainy London, but that's expected, isn't it? Now let's begin. We have two amazing things to talk about today. The first one are skills that are going to pay very well for the future. So anyone who is trying to change their career or just want to have that extra skill to put on their CV, this is the list. So get your pen and paper ready and let's begin. The first one is UX design, which is your user experience. So everything that's to do with the person that is on a website, that is the UX design. That is all the pretty colours, that's the Facebook logo and all the colours and background. Everything to do with that is UX design. Then you've got the other side, the UI design, which is the user interface. So every button and every other thing, you're in charge of getting, once they click that Facebook button, to go onto Facebook, for example. Now, continuing on with Facebook, they are always looking for people who are good at Facebook ads. It is extremely helpful to learn how to do that. So, after Facebook ads, you're going to want to learn how to do Instagram ads. They are slightly different, so it's worth knowing the difference between them. So definitely put that into your to-do list. Now you can do what I do outside of this lovely podcast and the blogs and the YouTube channel, is copywriting. It's more difficult than you would think it would be, but you are doing everything from the About Us page all the way to product description and everything in between. Personally, don't do it because I don't need the competition. Hey, I'm joking. You do it. After that, we have project management. Honestly, there isn't many jobs I don't think would be bad if you put this on your CV. Definitely something to look into. And after that, you've got business development. If you can take a business from effectively your garage into making 100 grand, there is many courses on how to do that. Search for them because it's definitely worth it. After that, you've got product ownership. Okay, product ownership basically means that you can take a product that someone else has made, that they probably leased to you, sold to you, etc., and then show it to everyone. You sell it everywhere. Let's use this example like McDonald's did. The brothers McDonald made one of the first burger shops on earth. Once they got it well enough, this bloke called Ray Kroc came over, and Kroc saw money where they saw burgers, and he thought to himself, I can expand this and franchise it all across the country, which he did. And at the end of the day, it might be called McDonald's, but Ray Kroc made it what it is. So definitely look into doing that, because that is a powerful thing to put on your CV. Okay, next one. Information architecture. That is the structure of the design of a website. So like when you go onto any websites, you'll see different drop down bits. It's taking you to elsewhere in the website. Someone has designed that. They've designed the font, what things go under what. When you drop down to menu and it says options, or you want to go straight to options, someone has to design that. And that's a job all in itself. So if you learn how to do that, do a quick little course. There is lots of courses out there for this type of thing. Service design is quite probably the easiest one to do on this list. Is the fact that you are making not only your employees or colleagues' lives better, but you're making the customer a little better as well by offering a better service by doing this course, doing a service design course. It will probably net you that promotion you've always wanted. Try it, and I hope it works for you. Okay, next one. We have 2D animation and 3D animation. Now, I understand this isn't for everyone, but anyone can learn how to draw. Anyone can do a course on several different places, so they'll be highly proficient in this. I highly recommend it, and personally, I will be trying the 2D animation course myself. Now, inside the 2D and 3D animation, you've got motion and modeling. Modeling is for the 3D side, and motion is the capacity to make 2D designs look like they're moving or not moving, etc. Now let's continue on. Game design. This basically is everything from drawing a bush to working how a weapon would work in a video game, or if it's a platformer, how high it has to be so the little guy can jump onto it. Many other different things, but that is the base. Unity developer is inside games. You have something called game engines. They make everything work as it is. Say it's the engine of a video game, and Unity is probably, if not the most, one of the most used game engines across gaming. So it's, if you're going to go with anyone, go with them, learn how their engine works, and then add it onto your CV. It's brilliant and it'll pay very well in the future. Now you have a level designer. A level designer is not as used as much as it used to, since most video games don't have levels anymore. A level designer designs a certain part of the game, especially since most games are now open world, which means that you can travel anywhere on the map at once. So instead of having one guy or a team of people doing the entire thing, they have some common resources between them, say like the weather, for example, or the terrain. But say that each level designer can build his own camp, and at this camp it has certain buildings, certain people mulling around, the loot for the players to get. All of that comes down to a science. Definitely worth checking how to do that. And now next, everyone saw this coming. It's how to be an app developer. App developers come in three different types. You have your mobile game developers, which include every single type of game, not only iOS and Android, but Windows and the other smaller ones that you don't hear often about. Definitely worth getting into it, but that one seems like a slog to me. That seems like a longer process, but if you have the time, definitely worth checking out. After that, you have the last two, and easy to do website design. For example, in a website you have two people really. You have the front end developer and the back end developer. The front end developer is the beautiful person you put out in front, because they do everything that people see. So you see all the lovely graphics, the photos, the fonts and so forth. And then you have the ugly clone in the background. He does everything that you don't want to see. He's the bin man of this world. Very important job, don't get me wrong. But nothing very visible. They write the background code for everything. And personally, even though I've just called them ugly, I respect them, because they don't get nearly as much praise as they should. And both of those are definitely worth adding to your CV if you can do it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed part 1. We'll be back with part 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Learning Left-Handed Part 2. This episode is sponsored by the White Viking. We have everything to see at the White Viking. We have food recipes, we have little facts about different things every single day, and then a longer post at the beginning. 3 posts a day. Have a look at it. thewhiteviking.blogspot.com. Now, let's continue. The second part of today's episode is about zero capital business. It is about businesses that you can make with little money, but it does require a lot of time to set up. Let us begin. Now, most people are making lots of money on Instagram. So you make a nice little account, get loads of people on there, which takes a while, admittedly, or you have to be very good at it. And you can sell adverts on there, so you can do shout outs to different companies, have little sponsors. Basically, you can promote yourself on there, and it's very well done. I highly recommend it. I have a few friends who've done this, and they live off of this now. Definitely worth trying it. Now, you can do number 2, which is start an informational YouTube channel. I know everyone says, oh, let's make a YouTube channel, let's do this, let's do that with it. But it's really easy to set up, and it doesn't take a lot of time. I would highly recommend doing it, because you can make some serious money once you've set up. Once you keep going, keep doing a video after video every week or twice a week, or some of these people do it 6 times a week, because they live off of doing this now. It's amazing how they do it. And now, the third one. If you listen to the first part, you'll be great. All those skills that you could have learned are great for freelancing. So definitely learn a skill to start freelancing, because there is always people out there searching for freelancers. On the fourth one, we have Craigslist, which is effectively the same as Fiverr. People are looking for jobs, people are buying and selling things. It's the joy of Fiverr plus a bit of eBay. Definitely worth having a look on there. The fifth one, you can write ebooks for Kindle. It is completely free, but it will take you obviously the time to write the book, and Kindle will give you a certain percentage back of what you make. Last time I checked it was 40%, but definitely worth looking into. Number 6, when you think back to when you was good at school, when you're in your primary or secondary school, you were great at certain subjects. Well, those subjects are very difficult for a lot of people. So definitely try and get into the tutoring space. There is lots of websites to do online tutoring for people to receive it or to get it. Highly recommend doing that. And if you're really good, let's say you're really good at history, you can make a course on Udemy or Skillshare. Definitely worth looking into both. So make your own course on there, and every time someone buys it, you get a percentage back. Just like writing an ebook, but this time you're writing a lesson plan. You are teaching kids about Cleopatra or how to do maths or anything that you're good at, you can make a course on. I highly recommend you doing it. And then you got one of the things that I do, which is blogging, which I write about anything from the news to food. It took me a while to realise what people actually want. My audience are very happy at the moment. Just this month I've hit more than 100 views for every single day. I'm very proud of myself. I think you can do it as well, and probably do a lot better than me. And now, the last two. The penultimate one is a bit of a new one on me. A friend of mine recommended this to me last night, so I've been looking into it, and it's to make designs and sell them on a website called Redbubble. On Redbubble you can turn them into stickers or put them on t-shirts and things like that. Definitely worth having a look at it. And finally, social media marketing. Everyone on earth uses some form of social media. Definitely worth learning how to market that. If you've got a small business, definitely worth going onto Facebook ads. Google will actually teach you how to use their ads. Very helpful course. I recommend doing that as well. But yeah, social media marketing. Anyone can do it. Just got to put a little effort into it. Well, thank you very much for listening today. That is all I have for you. Hope you've enjoyed learning left-handed. If you have, press that subscribe button, leave a comment. You know what to do. And as always, thank you for listening. This was Learning Left-Handed.